I'm steady talking with no sound. Anyway, hey, Gym Nation. I was just trying to show you guys that I don't know if you can see it, but I had a delivery from Instacart. And because of the frigid temperatures, they kept pushing my time back. I'm sure there's not a whole lot of shoppers out today. It's like 20 degrees, but feels worse. And then I heard it's icy out there. So anyway, saying all that to say, I'm a little tardy for the party, but thank you, thank you, thank you for being on time and joining the celebraciones. Oh my gosh. Did anybody go to church today? Did anybody do bedside Baptist, like remote church today? Let me know. Let me know. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to start saying hey to the people. Okay, Christine, the moderator, is in the building. Hey, Christine. El Shiva from across the waters is in the building. Hey, Chris. I'm El Shiva. Moni in the middle. Hey, Moni, welcome back. LaRonda. Hey, LaRonda. Good to see you again. WM from South Cackalack is in the building. Hey. The ABX girl is in the building. Now, what is ABX, if you don't mind me asking? And the reason, I'll tell you why I'm asking, because I know BX stands for a few things, and I'm just curious. Hey, Kimberly Brooks. That said Brooks. Hey, it's this light, which I'm not going to turn it off. Hey, Kimberly Brooks. Good to see you. Thanks for letting me know. I finally figured it out, WM. I appreciate it. Bruce is back in the building. Hey, Bruce Jenkins. And Miss P. I'm loving seeing all of these OG gemstones in the building. Hey, Anita, welcome back. I did forget to bring my water, but that's okay. You didn't leave the house today. I'm not. Listen. So I literally was supposed to go to the grocery store. And then I kept walking by my windows and feeling how cold it was out there. And I was like, now, why would I do that? Why would I go out there and get upset, frustrated when there's something called? And Instacart is actually having a nice little, you don't have to buy a whole lot, even though I bought more than I needed to get the free delivery. Anyway, so Instacart just did me right. So I agree with you. I'm not a fan of cold weather either. Brong, where's Brong? Oh, I figured that. Okay, I figured that. Okay. Co-op City representing where I went to I graduated from Truman. Good to see you everyone. So yeah, I was asking, did anyone go to church today? I actually did not, but I did watch The Potter's House. And when I tell you, God don't be playing, child, God do not be playing. So many of you who have been here, I see the names, know that I kept saying that I'm not coming live on Christmas or New Year's. And then just like a few days ago, like the Spirit started talking to me and was like, I don't know if I gave you those instructions. Where do you get those instructions from, right? And I started getting more and more people commenting about, they don't have big plans, or they have no plans, or, whatever it is. And so I ended up yesterday saying, if I decide to go live on Christmas, I will let you know by Tuesday. And I guess I was just waiting for more confirmation. Well, child, honey, child. If God did not say, would you stop playing with me? So first he started with the Potter's House, and they had 4 different pastors speak today. It was real. I thought it was really good. It was like 15-minute sermons, and they all had different topics. And oh my gosh, of course, me trying to remember all the topics right now. So one was really about your value. Sarah Roberts started talking about grief. The third pastor, I want to say his overall message was about the blood. And then Sarah Roberts' husband, I think his name is Touré, started talking about community, right? But the way he buttoned it up, I'm just here to tell you, I will be here on Wednesday. I'm not sure what time yet, but I am going to do a live on Wednesday, and it's primarily going to be for people that really don't have, a whole bunch of family plans, a whole, and want to be in community. And we can do everything from share stories of Christmas past with our family members who moved on, or we can just talk about, it's going to be light though. It's not going to be anything, related to, the changing of the guards, but I am going to do a special Christmas live, and I'm not sure what time. I have to work that out, but be sure if you're interested in joining on Christmas Day, then you could go ahead and keep checking, the community page. I should be able to post the time no later than Tuesday morning. So anyway, so more about that. And I did want to share what the message was that Sarah, and so basically the first thing she did, she read a poem, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I will endure a lifetime of missing you for the privilege of loving you. And now she didn't write this poem, but she recited it. Her whole message was about grief. And when I tell you, it's like there's no way around it, especially around the holidays. And not everyone is sensitive to that. But, I'm at the age now where almost every month, there's a friend, a family member who's losing a parent if they haven't already lost their parent. And so this is about community. I want to stay in that moment, in that energy. And I think it would be a disservice for me not to come live and just acknowledge. Now, we don't have to stay here all night, all day, but I do want to come in and just acknowledge the community and celebrate with our newly found family, the Gym Nation, on Christmas Day. And then how her husband kind of put a pin in it. He wrapped it up by saying, when he was recapping Sarah's sermon, he said, people need to see your grief, and love is attracted to it. So some of us sit and suffer in silence or grieve in silence and always try to put on the mask that everything is okay. When you do that, you're not allowing the compassion of love. You're not allowing compassion and love, excuse me, I have to sneeze, to feel it, to see it, to come to it, to soothe it. Like it, oh my gosh. And then he said, if you don't show your grief, you will deprive yourself of grace. And there's another audio. I'm starting off a little bit not as happy celebratory right now, but this was a divine message that was that came to me today. So I'm just going to play some audio from TD Jakes that I keep on my IG page, my personal IG page, and I just want you to listen to it. And it probably will hit someone. I'm sure it will, the way it hit me. And so another reason that I do believe that it's time for us to, okay, I'm about to play it right now. Hopefully you can hear it. Hold on a second. Do me a favor and tell me if you can't hear it. I got it up as loud as I could get it, but hold on.
Mark Brown should redesign your life. To not try to reduplicate what was. Because what was will never be again. Whether it's through death or just aging or life or sickness or whatever it is, you don't get to do a redo. So reset and figure out what makes you happy during the holidays. And it may not be a turkey and dressing and sitting around the table with a bunch of people who are going to take home all your food. You know, I don't care if it's a hot dog in a movie. I don't care if it's a walk in the park. I don't care if it's going to a nursing home with a bag full of cookies. Figure out what makes you happy and have the power to create your own moment rather than sit up there and become a target for misery. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So anyway, listen, those are all the messages that I need. We will be here on Wednesday. Number one, we have so much to celebrate, right? Number two, this is a reset. We are redefining and redesigning what Christmas can look like for some of us. Now, not everybody's going to fall into this bracket, but that's okay. This time last year, I was in Mexico, solo dolo, like not really. I mean, there's community there and people that I knew, but I didn't decide to, go with family to the big turkey dinner or whatever. And this year it's going to be different as well. So each year, I'm trying to create different spaces that allow me to not have to front, basically. Not have to sit up there laughing and smiling all while missing my mom. So anyway, saying all that to say, I hope to see you here on Wednesday. The time will be announced soon. It's not going to be early, so it'll be sometime in the early evening, but I will confirm as soon as possible. And so, yeah, let me see. So those were two sermons. Well, one sermon. If you get a chance to see Potter's House, I thought it was a great, amazing service. Like I said, 4 different voices, 4 different topics, and all were equally powerful. And then that clip from TD Jakes was from when he was on the Sherry Shepherd show. So if you go on YouTube, Google TD Jakes, Sherry Shepherd, I'm sure it will come up, the conversation. And we have to be audacious, right? Being audacious is sometimes saying, a lot of the times, most of the time, saying no to status quo. And if your family gets on your nerves, which is, that's not my case, but I'm just saying, if it's not bringing you joy, peace, and happiness, then let's reset and redesign. And so anyway, let me introduce myself before we get into today's celebratory topic. And I'm going to risk saying this again and potentially coming off as a liar. But we're not going to be here a long time. I don't have slides and all that great stuff, but I do have some commentary, some thank yous, and yeah. So anyway, I am Kim, aka Kim with the Gems, founder of Black Travel and Culture community across all social media platforms. On this channel, which is simply titled Kim, aka Kim with the Gems, we talk all things wellness, travel, and finances from a cultural point of view, from a cultural perspective, from a Black woman's perspective. And for the StreamYard is acting up on me, guys. Okay, there we go. For the past 42 days, today marks the 6th week of lives consecutively. Can we all just give each other a round of applause? Can you also do me a favor and let me know if you were here from the first day or the second day? I'm going to treat this like when D Nice started going live during the shutdown with Club Quarantine. I was there the second day. I had gotten the notification. We're friends, right? And so, or I should say, we were friends. he's highfalutin now, but I got the notification he sent to his friend network in IG. Listen, I'm going to play some music, blah blah blah. But I didn't get it until after the fact. But the next day, I was number 2. I was part of the second CQ family, and it was only a couple hundred. And then it went from a couple hundred to a couple 100,000. And so I want to know who was here from the beginning. If you are part of the Gym Nation and you were here from the beginning, let's say day 1, 2, or 3, drop the equivalent gym. So put a gym for 1, or you could put 1, 2, 3 if you don't feel like looking for the emoji. But I just want to acknowledge and celebrate you guys. I know so many of the names that I called out already, I have seen over and over and over. Oh, you were there the second day. Wonderful, Lorinda. Well, I mean, that's OG. That's OG. I was trying to hit the like, subscribe, and share, and then all the quotes started coming in. So please do me a favor. I introduced myself. I told you, what this channel is about. I'm inviting you to subscribe and become part of the Gym Nation if you aren't already. I'm also asking you to hit that like button. It's the way we pay tithes. It's the way we say thank you. And it's also the way that YouTube lets other people know that like-minded individuals are congregating and hey, you may want to congregate with them, or you may want to watch this video later. And so I just want to say, once again, thank you to everyone who has been part of this. This is actually the 43rd live. So we started on November 10th, and we'll talk more about that in a second. We started on November 10th. And I just want to really go over what audacious action looks like, because this was audacious. I don't care what nobody says, to put a commitment, even for me to go 7 days consecutively live, was audacious for me, because my pattern is mostly produced video, and that's not every single week, right? And so the last time I did a live, I think, was probably a month before we went live on November 10th. And before that, probably a month. And before that, maybe 2 or 3 months. So I was not a consistent live person. I literally did not know what my schedule or how my schedule was going to fit. But just to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to do this. I did, have a slight plan. I had my 28-day accountability workbook that kind of led me in the direction of the topics and the commitment to myself. And then we just extended, because the 28-day accountability workbook is broken down into weekly goals, right? So it's not, every 28 days, it's week by week, taking an assessment of what happened that week. And so I just, knew I was committed to a week. But then when I saw the community forming, and I saw just the positive energy and vibes that was happening, and how more and more people were, engaging and starting to say, oh my gosh, this is the community I've been waiting for. This is, I feel like I know. It was just so much positive energy that we kept it going. I did not think for 1 second that 42 days later, we were going to be here, technically with no definitive end in sight. And when I say end, we're still going to go live, but I know, and I've already had my talk with God, that there are things that I have to get done that are going to take me outside of my home, to another state. And I know it's going to be probably a little more manic than I want it to be. So I doubt that I will be able to do every day. And speaking of, before I forget, so a lot of you know that I'm also on this crusade for everyone to get their passport, right? So I got my passport renewed. And today I went into my Delta account to make sure that I told you guys that if you have the old MQM points, you have to roll them over to the new point system before December 31st. So I was like, let me just double check. I think I did it. Let me go on to my Delta account. Well, Delta has already notified me that it's time for me to update my passport information, because my passport is set to expire in 6 months. And I totally forgot that I now need to go on to, the airlines and put in my new passport information with the expiration date, the date that I received or it's going to delay me, like when it's time for me to book or when it's time for me to travel. So if you did get a new passport or your passport renewed and you had that information stored in your account, go ahead and update it. That's just another little gem that I wanted to share tonight. And I just found out by happenstance. Like I said, if I wouldn't have went on to check on my point system, my points, I would not have noticed in my profile that I needed to update my passport information. So anyway, so back to what I was saying about, being or taking audacious actions. This wasn't the first time that I did this, right? There's a reason why all of my social media sites are pretty robust, with the exception, Instagram is 29,000, but all of my other social media platforms, TikTok, 171,000, Facebook, 74,000. It's because I know how to market, and I know that it takes being hyper focused to achieve results, right? You can achieve results in a much longer amount of time by being lackadaisical and not hyper focused. But when you are hyper focused and you have a plan, right, and you work that plan, then success is inevitable. It's just that simple. So I wanted to show you, I did have a couple slides, not slides, but I did want to bring up just to show you, for those who missed it, exactly what 6 weeks of going live can look like. And I'm going to tell you why I'm showing this to you. Now more than ever, we talked about how important community is, even from knocking on your neighbor's doors, figuring out those relationships, figuring out where their head is. Also on a social media, from a social media standpoint, being in community is so very important. It's so important because we can't rely on the standard sources where we got our news from, like we used to in the past. And so when you're in community, it's that see something, say something mentality. And again, your community could be whatever. It could be anything related to whatever your passions are, but it's coming with wisdom. It's coming with your knowledge. It's coming with your expertise. And I really, 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 really want more of our community to start really taking over these social media platforms. And when I say taking over, like we're still the minority, right? in this country. But so many of us, we're spectators when we should be sharing all the gems, dropping all of the knowledge, and making sure that we're passing on the information. And so when I share like stuff like this, it's more because I want everyone to know that it's possible. So actually, if you can do me a favor, and maybe this may not be your ministry or your interest, but if it is, if you are interested in building your own community on whatever, I'm not even asking what platforms, but if you are interested in getting your voice heard, getting your story told, just put in the chat, just say, I don't need, if you're not, don't worry about it. You don't have to put anything. But if you are, I want to see who in here is very interested or semi-interested in, being a voice, because we're going to need voices. And it, like I said, it could be across all spectrums. It could be related to what's going on in the, in the upcoming year, or it could be relief, like some type of mindless relief. But if you're good at storytelling, if you're good at entertainment in a positive way, because that's all I represent, then maybe that's your ministry. But I'm curious to know, is there anyone in here that is okay? Miss P, I'm Christine. Yeah. Hello all. Yes. You're interested. El Shiva. Okay, yes. Cynthia, yes. A lot of us just don't, realize that it's not the scary book. Like, I've spoken to people that I consult with, and the main thing they want to say is, I don't want my face to be shown. And it's not because they're like working for the FBI or anything like that. They just are not comfortable being in front of the cameras. But just like before you got your driver's license, you were not comfortable parallel parking. You were not comfortable staying in a straight line like you were like this, right? It just takes the desire, it takes learning, and it takes execution. That's it. That's it. And this world is so large that for every one person that may not want to tune into you, there's a dozen others that may want to. And so, again, I just want this to be some type of, I want it to be a celebration with purpose. Like, I want it to be so that whoever, watches this later, if they felt any doubt, or if they're feeling any doubt that they're too old. And that's the other thing. Let me tell you, these white people, they're not letting age stop them. They are not letting age stop them. They are proudly talking about, I'm over 50, I'm over 60, I'm over 70, and getting hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of followers. And I noticed that we can be a little bit more caught in our vanity, or a little bit less self-assured. And I purposely seek out people that look like us to get information. There's this woman, Tabitha Does Politics or something. I can't remember her name. She has over 100,000 followers. There is nothing, like, people think you have to be fully beat. You have to be, look a certain way. Your hair has to be done a certain way before you get in front of this camera. This is social media. This is not corporate media. This is social media. You don't need a makeup artist. There's someone that's going to gravitate to you, just like there's people that's not. And so I want us to be more audacious. I want us to be more audacious and getting used to using words like that. And so one of the surprises, I am going to have a surprise on Wednesday too. I'm going to announce something, but in addition to, the coaching that I do, we're going to do a group something for people who are interested. Now it's not going to be like this, like the wide lives, open lives. It's going to be more of a intimate for only people who want to find a way to get their voice out there. And I'm not saying I'm not dealing, I could, but I don't choose to deal with people who only want to do faceless, because I don't trust faceless. I don't trust these voice overs. I do not. Now, if it's entertainment purposes, that's one thing, but I'm watching and scrolling real quick because I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're Black, white, Russian, Chinese, Asian. I don't know. And so the trust factor is grossly removed when you don't put a name with a face, right? Or not a name with a face, but a face with the content. And so that's why I want to share some of, I'm going to try to pull this up quick. I'm going to share some of the success that I have a recap for, like, my TikTok, so I could quickly show you like how I really don't want to use the word easy because it's really not easy, but it damn sure ain't difficult. I mean, it really isn't. And we get stuck in the analyzing, we get stuck in the planning. And I will once again say, if I would have stood here and tried to plan out what just happened over the past 6 weeks, I probably wouldn't have started, right? I literally just had to jump into the deep water. And that is so funny because it made me think of my father. Like, so I have an older brother and a younger brother and cousins, right? And so we used to go to Disney World, Florida. We were kids, whatever. And so we would stay at this hotel. And let's say I was around 5 years old. And my 8-year-old brother, 7-year-old brother knew how to swim. And I saw him going down this slide into the deep water and just having him and my cousin having the time of their life. Meanwhile, here we go. I'm over on the, hopefully this is caught up. Let's see. I'm over on the at the kiddie pool and bored out of my mind. So my parents were over in the corner, you know, laughing and joking with my cousin's parents, whatever. And while they were not looking, here I go. I did a flojo to the side, ran up it, and came flying down without knowing how to swim at all. And I'm in like 9 feet of water, and my butt is like 3 feet. Long story short, my father used to use that as an antidote to make me like never fear anything. Thank God they were there. My father, I just remember him running and doing a deep dive in the water to save my life. Praise the Lord. That wasn't the first time or the last time. I mean, that wasn't the last time I did something crazy like that. I did that in the ocean when we were at Myrtle Beach. Saw my cousins swimming in the ocean while nobody was looking. My butt went and almost, you know, didn't make it. But saying all that to say, sometimes we just have, now, maybe that wasn't the best analogy, but sometimes we have to dive into the deep end. Now, we should kind of know how to swim, right? At least tread water. But sometimes the fear just totally is the, you know, we talked about how fear will stop. Oh, and that he brought, oh my gosh, one of the pastors brought that up today in the Potter's House sermon about what fear can do to us and how fear has us stuck. And so anyway, let me go ahead and find this. I'm going to check comments in a second too, but I want you to see one of the recaps that I did that literally can show you that this is not as, I think this is it. If you want to receive the, nope, that's not it. I'm getting close. I'm getting closer. Hold on one second. And let me know in the comment section if you're going to join us on Wednesday for Christmas. Like I said, it's going to be in the evening. I'm not sure what time, but let's just say somewhere around 5-ish, 6-ish. And if you're not, that's fine. That is totally fine. I just want to, okay, here we go. I found it. Hold on one second. Oh, shoot, I can't play it. It has music. I can't play it. Oh my gosh, I forgot it has music. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see if there's another one. Okay, maybe this one doesn't have it. It has music too, but oh man, I totally forgot about the music, y'all. For TikTok. I am so sorry. I'm going to have to edit that video so there's no no music, because I'll get in trouble if I try to play it here. And when I say get in trouble, they may take the video down depending on the music. Oh man, I really, really wanted to show that. But okay, we're going to do that. I'll do a short video on that later. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. But okay, let's get into let me see what the comments are, and then we'll get into the YouTube numbers. Because I did ask a couple questions and I want to make sure. You were at morning prayer and Bible and watching excellent teaching on YouTube by Risen with Christ Ministries. Oh, okay, based in New York. Okay, I'm gonna have to add that to my watch list. Hey, hello all. Got a little worried. Had to hunt down TGBTG. Chat. You know me in acronyms, or maybe you don't. I'm not good at acronyms. To God be the glory. Oh, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I mean, I figured it out. Thank you. Hey, Patricia, welcome back. Oh, Tony Evans. Is that's not her husband? Or that's who you watched? Oh, good, good, good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Cynthia made it in. Patricia, much appreciated. Holiday connection with the gym. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, everybody could hear it. Yeah, didn't leave the house all day. It was wonderful just to rest. Yeah, rest is a beautiful thing. I'm not a big rester, I must admit. My mind, the StreamYard is getting worser and worser. I don't know what's going on. It's getting worser and worser, and that's not good. Anyway, yeah, I'm not a big rester, but then when I go away, yeah, I'm good at resting. Grief is necessary and cleansing. When I was helping your in-laws purge on Friday, your mother-in-law ran across your husband's death certificate. We cried together. Oh, he died in 1998, and it doesn't end. No, it's a as long as there is love, there will be grief. Period. I was talking to my mother's friend, one of her best friends. I call her an auntie, and she was telling me she lost her she lost her mom when she was 35, and to this day it will hit her sometimes like a ton of bricks, and she will get into that deep grief mode, and this was 40 plus years ago. And so, yeah. Okay. You came on the second day. Yay. First week. Yay, Patricia. That must be the third week. Third day. ABX girl. Day one. Cynthia Maverick. WM day 3. Anita's not sure. Everybody who was here from the beginning challenge. I found this channel from doing some research on traveling. I think it came perhaps a week ago. Okay. Yes, Al-Shiva, you have been one of the strongest members of the Gym Nation. And I thank you. Hey, Christine R. It's a huge commitment. You're welcome. Listen, this was all divinely inspired. Oh, and I think you're talking about the Delta, the passport, Jim. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, that's in every community. And I definitely believe that I'm gonna go up backwards so I make sure that I get some. It's never easy when we lose our moms. Never at all. Never at all. Never, ever. I don't care what anyone says. Ever. When I got my mom's. Yeah, and she's been gone since you were 11. Listen, the crying. Yeah, no. Oh, good, 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 Anita. I'm glad that you'll be here. You used to go to A.R. Bernard's church when you yeah. So, oh my gosh. I remember, what is it? CCC or CCC, right? In Brooklyn. When I used to live in Brooklyn, it would be a whole day process because you have to line up to get at his church. And then after, we would go to brunch at this place called Mike's in Fort Greene. Those were the good old days. Party all night Saturday, get on live Sunday to go to church, and then go to brunch. Oh, okay, your family's where I am. Okay. Can I mute what? Oh, the music. Well, no, because I was playing it from my phone. So I was gonna show you on the phone because I don't have IG on this computer like this. I have different anyway. It's a distraction at times. So I don't have IG on this computer. So I would have had to play it from the phone. But sorry. But I'll get it. I'll get it. Starting watching maybe 2 weeks ago. That's okay. Hello, all. Wonderful. Good. El Shiva be here Wednesday. WM will be here Wednesday. Christina be here. Cynthia be here. Miss P said something about fearless. Oh, yeah, no fear. No fear. Right. When we're talking about building community, and Cynthia has my ministry for sure. I have a meeting in the morning with my co-host and tech guy for our first rehearsal. We are the fourth quarter storytellers. Oh, is this on YouTube? If it's on YouTube, type it in the chat. I'll retype it so people can follow you. AI, yes. AI. Hell, do you need to send a photo of me? Do I need to send you a photo of me? I'm not that. Listen, no. No, if you're talking about for the community, no. Mm-mm. I love Tabitha. I've been following her for years. You are. Oh yes, the Tabitha does politics. Listen, and she comes real as they. Sometimes she'll come made up, with the makeup. Sometimes she don't. At the end of the day, semi interested. Okay, Patricia. Eventually, got to. Yep, we got to everything. Okay, so what I want to do really quick tonight is really just show some of the back end numbers because y'all did this. Y'all did this, and I can't acknowledge the celebration without acknowledging each and every one of the members of the Gym Nation. And so give me 1 second, and I just want to show what the exact timeline look like. And I did show it before. I showed some numbers, but since we're at the 6-week celebratory mark, I want you to see this. Okay. Let me pull it up on the screen. Present, share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen. Now I just want you to see. I'm going to show you 6 weeks that we've been meeting, and I'm going to show you 6 weeks prior, just so you can see what being audacious and stepping out on faith can look like. And so let me add to the screen. Matter of fact, let me get off the screen. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but let me do a little zoom in. So this is where we were on November 10th. Let's just do subscribers. November 10th, 5 subscribers. November 11th, 3 subscribers, 13. But just look at the mountain that started coming as we got to November, the first week. No, 10th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. So almost the second week. So let's just say the second week. 1,006 subscribers on one day after 2 weeks of putting out this information consecutively. Now it has dropped off, but I know why. I'm a marketer, so I know exactly why it dropped off. And I'm going to tell you why it dropped off. During Black Friday, so you see it started dropping off right here. So this is the week leading into Black Friday. The focus for most social media platforms is to shift their focus into Christmas content. Why do they do that, you may ask? Advertisers are spending their fourth quarter budgets, which are a lot of times money that they either have to use or lose. And those advertisers, especially like the Walmarts, the big stores or the big designers or any consumer product, only wants to be around content related or semi-related to that type of, they only want to partner or have their ads run against content that is related to that. That is why there's a thing called Vlogmas. Vlogmas is no super creative marketing ploy. When people hashtag Vlogmas, that is letting YouTube know, that is letting the algorithm know that this is friendly content. We're not talking about Project 2025 over here. This is friendly, sometimes family friendly, sometimes, people just go about their day cooking or fashion or whatever. But Vlogmas simply means the whole month of December, the Vlogmas days are simply geared towards those advertisers that overspend. That's where most of their budget comes from. YouTube's budget comes from, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it's a huge portion of their their fourth quarter budget. And that's not what this content is. And the algorithm knows that. So you will see that starting this week, so this is December 1st, where Vlogmas kicks off, right? Technically, the holiday marketing starts around here, Black Friday, even leading up to that and going into Cyber Monday. And so we have been, not getting the same type of traction, but you know what I know as a marketer? That once all of these dollars are spent, once December is over, that all of this content that we have been covering, that we have in the playlist, especially as the changing of the guard becomes more and more and all of the mass mayhem that is happening gets more coverage. All of those topics that we have covered are what people are going to be searching for. So I can't make any guarantees. I can't make any promises. YouTube may go away tomorrow, the day after. But my expectations based on history, based on historic precedents, is that this channel is going to grow exponentially in Q1 2025. And so that's why now, while the channel is manageable, kind of sort of for me, I want to put things in place for our OG members. That's why I asked who was here from the beginning, who was here close to the beginning, whatever, so that you guys don't get lost in the what I think is going to be, uptick of subscribers. And so I did say I was going to share the 6 weeks prior, right? So let's go let's do October 1. Let's do October 1 to November 10th. Just so you can see that it was truly this audacious action that grew this channel. So in those 5 weeks, 5 weeks prior to November 10th, I had a total of 141 subscribers. Did y'all remember did anyone pay attention to how many subscribers in total that I had the 6 weeks leading up to today? So from November 10th to today, I'm not even going to make you guess. Let me just show you again. Oops. Let's just show you again the comparison. And again, this is all because of you guys, nothing to do with me. Nothing at all. I mean, besides the fact that, God led me to, custom, this is supposed to be 11, 10, sorry. 6,001. So we went from 141 subscribers from October 1st to November 10th. From November 10th to December 21st, 6,001 subscribers. That's what audacious action gets you. Now, I could have easily did a once a week live. I could have easily done a once a week produced video, but it would not have yielded the same results. It would have grown the channel, I'm sure, but we would be looking at a fraction of the community. And because the timing, if we had 6 more months, 7 more months, 8 more months, then maybe I would have not, continued daily, but we don't. And so I just want to be an inspiration to someone who may be looking at their subs or don't even have subs yet, that once you create the plan, and then work said plan with audacious action, you can't help but succeed. You can't help but win. Now, you do have to know what you're talking about. Like, you can't just, but you know what? Listen, there's people on these YouTube channels that are doing some strange things that I would consider strange, right? But they are getting subscribers. So I'm not going to be judgmental, but I don't think you could go on YouTube and go for an hour and expect your channel to grow, but you may be able to. It wouldn't be my recommendation for you, but you may be able to do that. And so I want today to be about a celebration for the community. I want us to really know that there's some audio that I want to play, but I'm not going to play it until this week coming because it is related to, the heavy stuff. But one of the gemstones sent it to me, and it was a woman who used to be on Midas Touch. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Midas Touch network, but they are political pundits owned by two brothers. They're over 3 million subscribers strong. They're supposedly, against the radical right. But there has been I have some questionable things about them. And it's so interesting because one of the gemstones was sharing with me, I guess she heard me say that, and she sent me the video of the I forgot her name. Listen Up. The name of her show is like Listen Up or something like that. Anyway, she left Midas Touch after they sought her out, brought her. She had one of the top segments and podcasts under the Midas Touch network, but they started trying to silence her. And they stopped wanting to, yes, Jessica is her name. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. She was being very bold in her criticism of, Tesla and Dusk, and she was being very critical in some of the fraud that she saw possibly happening. And they wanted to silence her. And I don't know why this thing keeps, every time I say certain words, this StreamYard starts acting up. But yeah, they wanted to silence her. And so she left. And she talks about herself leaving. She talks about why she left. But I'm saying, hopefully you can hear me. This thing is acting weird. The reason why I brought her up was because this content is not for entertainment purposes only. I am not going to come on here and waste my time going live to talk about things that don't matter. And I'm also not going to waste my time with people who come in and troll, because the trolls are going to start to, as numbers grow. Oh, trust and believe, the trolls will show their their head. It will totally be a free fall. Like, just go on any other channel that's trying to educate and inform the people, and you're going to get the other side. And that, I'm not sure who watched that video about, I used to be the masses and then I woke up or something. But it's sheer brainwashing that happens. And if you didn't listen to the video, check out yesterday's description, the description in yesterday's live, and it's the first YouTube video I linked there. But anyway, saying all that to say, I am here to serve. I am here to do research and share that research. I'm not opposed to having logical debates rooted in fact with anyone who disagrees. But when you come, if you come just with no facts and your pure conjecture and all that, Fox News talk, you're out of here. And so I wanted to come on and really just like share not only that I'm thankful for what you guys helped build, right? Or and are helping to build. But I also wanted to show you that you too, you too can build something if it's in you. And it may, like I said, it may not be politics. It doesn't have to be politics. We talked about grief just now, right? It could be something related to helping a community get through grief, or not even get through it, but manage it, right? Manage it and in community, because that's all it's about. It's really about building community. And so each brand that I have, not each brand, but each platform that I have built has all been based on information and education in community. The TikTok platform, we do the research so you don't have to. Listen, know this because they know this, and I want you to know this too. And it could be anything from how to make money on, in the travel space, how to travel at a discount, how to get jobs in the travel industry, all of that. And so, I don't want to keep rambling. I am going to look at the comments and questions in a second. If you have any questions, go ahead and put the Q or the QQQ, the question mark in the chat, and I'll try to find those first. But I just wanted to come on and first say thank you. Second, say I want all of us to win and win in whatever way we can. So if it's financial, listen, there were people on here saying they didn't have money, right? They don't know how they're going to move because they can't afford it. Social media. And it doesn't take a whole lot. You don't even have to be monetized on YouTube or monetized. You just have to build community and start putting out stuff that makes sense, right? That's helpful. I don't want nobody just, hustling people, but making sure that we know that there's so many ways and options to not just take this stuff laying down. There's no reason why we should not be making money. Even if it's not social media, there's so many other ways to do it. Trust me, I know. Like I said, I'm licensed in so many things just simply because I'm curious, right? I'm curious. I'm inquisitive. I'm my daddy's child. My dad was the same way. And it's just so many opportunities out there. And that's why I bring the things like getting certified, get certified in areas where you can then, you don't have to work full time for somebody. You can consult or offer your services as an independent contractor. There's so many ways to make money. And so I want this community to continue to grow because I want more people to learn the stuff that is not so readily available or that requires a lot of research. And so even when I do these clickable link things for free, listen, I don't mind donating my time to do those things, right? Especially for things like finding reputable news sources. And I make sure anything that I have for sale, pretty much, you can find in one of the playlists for free. You just gonna have to comb through it, and there won't be any clickable. And I still want the information to be out there for everyone. And so let's go into the comments, and then we are going to I don't have my water. I was going to toast with my water, but I was so busy putting up groceries. And then we'll be back, before I forget, tomorrow at 11. We are coming back with, let me tell you the exact title. Un momento, por favor. It is Travelers Insurance versus Global Health Insurance. Which one do you need? Or which one is for you? So that is tomorrow at 11 a.m. If you can't make the live, feel free to come back and catch the replay, because there's so many people that don't know the difference. And there's people that don't even know. I'll just give this as a little gem. There's a thing called cancel for any reason insurance. And so people will buy that insurance that's at the bottom of the, when you purchase your airfare or your airline ticket, it says, do you want to insure yourself? Listen, I don't recommend those things, but there's other insurance, other types of insurance that you can get. You pay a little bit more premium if you're booking way in advance, or if you have health issues or anything like that. You can get something called cancel for any reason. All you got to do is cancel. You don't have to explain why. You don't need a doctor's note. You could cancel for any reason. And so we're going to talk about stuff like that. And so let me go ahead and get into, so that's tomorrow at 11. Did I purge today? I absolutely did not. I went to church today. What else did I do? Oh, so I think I told you I hired an intern who happens to be my niece. So we had some work stuff to do, but the day's not over. Trust me, I know how to multitask. So no, I have some purge in me today. It's going a little longer than I thought, but again, I had to prioritize. Like, it was like, am I going to sit down and focus on church today, or am I going to purge? Am I going to, get business ready for next week with my intern, or am I going to purge? So it's about prioritizing. I'm still going to meet my goal. I'm supposed to start the digital purge today. Whoo, child. That's going to be cumbersome, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But thanks for asking. You haven't seen another lawyer lady today? Yeah, I don't think she comes every day. I know, she's married, and it's Sunday and she's on LA time. And so it's different. It's, I don't think she'll be here every day. Okay. So it's never easy. Okay. Days BX is going to be there on Wednesday. Perfect. YouTube, and we're just about, okay. So you haven't launched yet. Okay. Well, keep me posted so I can acknowledge. Oh, Be Well Magazine. Listen, I've been at this since February 2022. So this is not, now I will say I did what I can't hyper focus on multiple platforms. So I took a lot of my focus off of YouTube and went to TikTok and grew that, because it was yielding a whole lot of better results really quick, and engagement really quick. And I had trips that, I was hosting and all that other stuff. So I had to hyper focus on other platforms, TikTok and Facebook. And now, I'm not focused. Well, starting in January, that's what I hired an intern for. The TikTok and Facebook will and Instagram will be active again. Crystal, what's 900 for? I missed that. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. We all are. Yes, Jessica is the one from Midas Touch. I still follow them, but I could see why you did. There's certain people I still put more stake into than others on that platform. Yeah, she is so good. She is amazing. She is so amazing. If you're not following her, follow her. What is the name of the show? I can't remember the name of the show offhand, because all of this is saved in my subscription. So I just go, and yeah, I still do too. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like I say, I try to give people some grace, because I know they're playing at such a high level. And I don't know what calls they're getting. I don't know what threats they're getting. So you don't have anything against, but I would just want to stay away from. Yeah, that's totally, yeah. It'd be anything you want it to be. I mean, I still follow. So you don't have to. It's good. Listen, I still sometimes watch these corporate news outlets, but it's all about comparing, right? It's all about having multiple sources or resources, which is why that resource guide is so valuable. Non-traditional news resource guide, because you want to compare. Yeah, I like some aspects too. Yeah, Ben can be over the top. He looked like he losing weight, not eating. He looked like he hitting out, like he had to leave his house. He's in the hideout, hiding from, I don't know. Yes, you will. Listen, and you have approval. So I think that's it, guys. So again, I wanted this to be a celebration, but I did want to talk about, Wednesday and what we have coming up on Wednesday. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about the insurance. Thursday, I'm still deciding because I kind of want this week to be a light week, right? We put in a lot of work and a lot of energy, right? So maybe Tuesday will be just like a ask anything type question, like a recap. And then Wednesday, we're going to, do our celebration of Christmas for those who want to come and acknowledge our ancestors or, celebrate whatever way you want to. And then Thursday, we have our community chat at 10 p.m. That's the first day of Kwanzaa. So we're going to acknowledge that as well. And then, we're back. We're back all through the next week. We're not taking off New Year's. I'm committing to that too, but it won't be a grandiose production. It will be celebrating. It will be talking about our intentions, how we're going to be audacious. And then we'll get back into the serious stuff on the 2nd. QQQ. It's lights on. Okay, with Jessica. Thank you. I knew it was listed. I knew it began with an L. Oh, I love her. She is so smart. She is so good. No, the leader Midas touch. She is so good. Okay, lights on with Jessica. Did I get everything? Okay, guys, listen. I thank you so much. If you didn't hit the like button, go ahead and hit it now. I will see you tomorrow at 11 for those who can make it. And Tuesday's going to be an earlier one too. So for people who are traveling, whatever. So I don't know what time. It's going to be afternoon, but I will keep you posted on that. And did I put a wreath on? No, I don't. So I don't do the commercialism of the holidays, even with trees and stuff. Not that I can't, I just choose not to. Now, my family, I have family members that do it, and then I have family members that completely just celebrate Kwanzaa. But I am an investor, right? I buy stocks and stuff for family members and stuff. So for me, I'd rather take that money. The one thing I might do is because my mother loved poinsettias, I will probably get a poinsettia, but that's it. Yes, please. Yes, she is sharp. Jessica is really, really, really sharp. And I think she's an ally and one of the strongest women allies that doesn't look like us out there. Good night, Crystal. Good night, folks. And I will see you tomorrow at 11. Everybody have a good night. And thank you. I would say it 10,000 times, but I can't. So thank you. Thank you, Gym Nation. You guys are the best. I'll say good night now, and I'll see you tomorrow.